Bono also advances 5 methods of turning crazy ideas into effective solutions to any problems at hand. The 5 methods are extracting the goal, focusing on the difference, monitoring moment to moment, extracting positive aspects, and finally analyzing the circumstance. Let's start with the first modification method. It involves extracting the original goal or principle you want to fulfill. Suppose you want to start a restaurant. What is your goal? Of course, you want to serve your customers and make a profit out of it. Making a profit through serving customers is your goal. Now, let's return to the crazy idea about restaurants we discussed earlier. How about the restaurant that provides no food? Naturally, from this crazy idea, you would think about how you could charge the customers, if not through providing food. This question forces you to think up different services. One possible service is to provide an excellent and exquisite venue to customers instead. The customers may pay you to rent the venue to conduct activities there. They may hold a birthday party or a special personal gathering in your venue. To think further, you may have the idea of providing a special venue that looks like a forest or a castle, where people can hold specially themed events or role play. Customers could order their food from different sources and bring it to the venue. Now, what about a restaurant that provides no menu? In this case, the idea of a chef's daily choice may work here. In that case, the customers would not know what they are going to have for their lunch or dinner, but the chef must be a good chef so that the customers have confidence in the chef's choices. Indeed, for some customers, this would create extra suspense and surprise because they do not know in advance what delicious food they're going to have. From the crazy idea to the goal you extract from your activity, you can reach a solution that is creative and innovative. This can effectively help you distinguish your business from others in the competitive market. The second modification method is to focus on the difference. Try to focus on the crazy idea and see how the difference between the crazy and normal idea helps produce the creative solution. Let's return to the example of orange juice. The crazy idea is that, instead of you having orange juice, it is the orange juice that is having you. What is the difference when you analyze the situation? When you have orange juice, you drink it. You pour it into your mouth and finally to your stomach. But when the orange juice has you, you are, as it were, drunk by the orange juice. You would be totally in the orange juice. Orange juice would be everywhere around you. This is the difference. What sort of product can capture this special difference? Well, how about a shampoo with a special orange flavor? Shampoo can pour over you from head to toe. Or what about a perfume with an orange scent? You are totally in the perfume after you spray it on your clothes yourself. Some famous brands of shampoo and perfume actually have implemented this crazy idea and successfully distinguished themselves from their competitors. If you keep thinking further, how about a tracksuit with the scent of an orange or other fruits? Or a cap for toddlers that looks like an orange? Or a ceiling light that looks like an orange? Or a bunch of grapes? From one crazy idea, you can generate an unlimited number of possible products that can immediately help them stand out from other competitors in the market. The third type of modification is to consider what would happen from moment to moment when you apply your crazy idea. It concerns temporal sequences. Let's consider the crazy idea that you die before you die. One type of business closely related to death is life insurance. Let's say you are employed by an insurance company. Your boss asks you to figure out an innovative strategy to increase the company's market share. From the traditional insurance perspective, if the client has joined a life insurance plan, they can claim the insurance policy if they die. So, dying can be equated with claiming the insurance policy. Before the client dies, they cannot claim a penny. But if you apply the crazy idea, that you die before you die, it means that you could claim your insurance policy before you die. How can that be? Well, to pursue this modification, you can have a totally new insurance life policy that can be partially claimed by a terminally ill client as if they had died. In this way, they can use it to pay for their hospital bills. When an insurance company adopted this modified crazy idea in their insurance policy, it was immediately welcomed by the clients because at that time no insurance company had ever tried this. Nowadays, many insurance companies have followed suit. When it was first implemented, it was completely innovative and creative, in virtue of modifying the crazy idea that you die before you die. The fourth method of modification concerns paying special attention to the possible positive aspects of a crazy idea. Instead of rejecting crazy ideas as useless, this modification is important. Take the example of the crazy idea that the police had 6 sides each. If this crazy idea were implemented, the positive aspects would be multiple. Social order would be more effectively maintained. Since several areas could be monitored at the same time, residents of the city would feel safer than before. More importantly, the government could save extra expenditure on hiring more police officers. Because one police officer would be more like 3 when patrolling the street. All these positive aspects can motivate you to look for a further modification. The last step here is to translate some, if not all, of these benefits into reality. Of course, police officers cannot have 6 eyes. But this crazy idea was eventually translated into the Neighborhood Watch program, which kept all the positive aspects of the initial crazy idea. Every house in the street posted the label of the program on their doors. This showed the residents' active participation in watching out for each other. Social order was improved. The police force was in closer contact with the residents. And the government did not need to increase their expenditure on the police force. This crazy idea was successfully modified and applied. Finally, the last modification skill is about observing the circumstance where you have applied the crazy idea. You will see problems and challenges, and from this you start modifying the crazy idea into a feasible one. Take the example of the lack of car parks. The crazy idea is to have the cars themselves limit their parking time in the public parking areas. If you observe the circumstances as such, there needs to be something that happens to the cars in the public parking slots so that the drivers would be motivated to occupy the parking lots for a shorter time. One possible strategy was to increase the parking fee. But an even more creative idea without increasing the parking fees is this one. The government could implement a new law whereby every car, when parking in the public parking spaces, has to turn on their lights, or else the car owners would be fined. In this case, drivers might be more motivated to leave the parking space as soon as possible. In fact, some car owners might simply park their cars somewhere else if they were not sure about the efficiency of the battery of the cars. In a nutshell, the point of all these examples is to show that crazy ideas, when properly modified, are the genesis of powerful problem-solving and creative ideas.